As a wintry mix falls over historic Homewood Field, we get ready for a top 25 matchup early in the women's college lacrosse season. The Duke Blue Devils are in Baltimore today, looking to move to 3-0 as they take a step up in competition, while Johns Hopkins hopes to bounce back from a season-opening defeat, a narrow one here at home last week. Ben Robertson with you on the call. Thanks for tuning in to Hop TV this Saturday afternoon. Welcome to historic Homewood Field in Baltimore, Maryland, as we get ready for an NCAA tournament first round matchup between the UMass Minutewomen and the Princeton Tigers. I'm Ben Robertson. Christian Taylor is alongside me, bringing you all the action this afternoon. And Christian, I think we're both expecting a fast-paced, high-scoring affair as these are two of the best offenses in the country. Now just carrying up top. Still working with Case, gives it up to Mackin. Mackin the shot, low and a score! Her fifth of the day, and it's a game winner! Ashley Mackin, your hero today at Homewood Field. Hopkins, perhaps a chance to counter. Here goes Taxter through the midfield. Taxter, pass, wide for McIntyre. Carrie McIntyre, centers. Pereno scores! Hopkins is on the board in this 2024 Centennial Conference Tournament Final. Here's Mackenzie Blake. Whiteway gives it right back to her. Dora to Blake. BTB finish. Are you kidding me? Magic from Mackenzie Blake. Princeton back up 4. Rattled home, 68-58. Orr with time to put up one more shot. Pulls up, can't hit, and Johns Hopkins, for the second straight year, is on to the Sweet 16. 68-58. They take down Carnegie Mellon. They're moving on in this 2025 NCAA tournament. Welcome inside Goldfarb Gymnasium as we get ready for an NCAA tournament second round matchup between the Johns Hopkins Blue Jays and the Carnegie Mellon Tartans. Ben Robertson and Jake Herman with you on the call. Thanks for tuning in this evening. Jake, as we look at the Carnegie Mellon starting lineup, have to keep your eyes on Catherine Orr, reigning three-time first-team All-UAA performer. She filled it up yesterday. 18 points, 7 boards, 7 assists. She leads the charge for this Tartan team. There's a lot of great players left, Ben, in this NCAA tournament here in the round of 32, but not too many mean more to their specific teams than Catherine Orr does to Carnegie Mellon. She does everything on both ends. On the flip side, for Johns Hopkins, Macy Feldman led them in the opening round. She's done it all year long. She got it done with her scoring yesterday. 20 points, 11 rebounds, and 7 assists for Feldman. That's just another day in the life for Macy, who tends to bring her best basketball come playoff time. Will she turn in another memorable performance today? NCAA second round matchup underway inside Goldfarb Gymnasium. Thanks for tuning in on NCAA.com. Johns Hopkins will get things started. A win yesterday over St. Joseph in their opening round matchup to get to this Saturday night showdown. Kendall Dunham driving downhill, draws a foul on the floor. Dunham a little bit slower yesterday after that great Centennial Conference championship game. Just 8 points for her, 3 of 10 shooting. She had 15, a season high in that conference tournament final. And brings this offense another gear when she's assertive and a scoring option. Jaden Murray on the feed down low, gathers herself, lays it up and in to open up scoring. That's a matchup to watch. Murray against Savannah Gibbs in the paint. Isha Nambeeson back at the other end, finds Peyton Benet, the Rookie of the Year in the UAA. Now it's Savannah Gibbs working up top. Orr with her first touch, couldn't control possession, deflects off her legs and out of play. Well, Carnegie Mellon wants to drive and kick. That's the way their offense flows. They're patient, and they've got a lot of efficient three-point shooters. Johns Hopkins has to stay attentive for the full 30 seconds. Carnegie Mellon enjoying a magical first season under Kathy McConnell-Miller as Murray loses it and Benet scoops it up. 21-5 now on the year, matching a program record. Nambeeson left wing triple, no good. Out of play, Hopkins basketball.
Ben, that's a great box out by Michaela O'Neal, and Johns Hopkins has to be alert on the defensive glass. Carnegie Mellon gets a lot of threes from scramble situations. They tend to grab a rebound and kick it right back out. Blue Jays have to seal off, just like O'Neal did right there.
Here's Feldman into the lane, puts up a jumper, left it short. Greta Miller, the offensive rebound. Feldman, second chance try, can't hit there either. Or the rebound, pushing back the other way for Carnegie Mellon. Feldman said after that slightly tough conference final for her, Coach Rogan gave her just a ton of confidence coming into the NCAA tournament. Here's Orr at the other end. Tough layup, good for two.
And back to Feldman's point, Rodney Rogan is the encourager-in-chief. He wants his players to be as confident, as empowered as possible, as that's going to stay with Johns Hopkins. He can be tough on them during games. He can be intense down there. He can be very focused on the small details. But in practice, Coach Rogan says it's all about building belief for games like this.
Grace Soltz checking in for Jaden Murray. Chintala there with the block. Miller off the inbounds pass. Couple minutes into this one, a bucket at both ends. Feldman crossover, tries to dish it off for Grace Soltz, just checked in, turned it over. Chintala sprints back the other way, but had her pocket picked by Dunham.
That's great defense by Dunham. I don't know if Hopkins has a better on-ball defender than number 33. She can stay in front of pretty much anybody.
Dunham setting up the offense. Dumps it inside. Miller underneath the hoop. Finds O'Neal. Layup good with the left hand.
That's how you beat the zone, Ben. Carnegie Mellon plays in that 2-3. If you get it into the paint, they collapse. Lots of options open up. That's good preparation on that find by Miller.
Catherine Orr with it. Has it stripped by Feldman. Last touch by Orr. Hopkins basketball.
Well, already Johns Hopkins active with their hands, very disruptive. You cannot allow Carnegie Mellon to get into the paint without making them earn it, and Johns Hopkins has taken that message to heart here in the first 2.5 minutes.
Layla Henderson checks in for Greta Miller. Hopkins, obviously a very deep team. They've shown that all year. 20 bench points yesterday in the opening round. Feldman getting to work in the post, banks it in off the glass. 6-2 start for the Blue Jays.
Are we sure she's a guard, Ben? Macy Feldman's got a great set of post moves that have really added to her game in this her junior season.
Well, and if you caught the game yesterday, she showed that off just a little bit. Had the mid-range going and had some great moves in the post. That up and under move, she can get people jumping on really well. Triple from the left wing. Isha Nambeeson, no good. Feldman spins into the lane again. Sweet pump fake layup, good for Macy Feldman.
Well, there's just no way to stop that. Macy Feldman dodging, ducking, diving, and dancing her way to the rim. This is exactly the start that Johns Hopkins wanted.
Timeout, Carnegie Mellon. We'll take 1-2. Stick with us. Johns Hopkins up 8-2, 6:40 to go. First half quarter action.